I am, like grateful that y'all are hanging out. And I would appreciate if we just take a couple minutes to talk about ways you can support what I do here. First and foremost, if you're currently a subscriber, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe, tier 2 if you're you get the blue emote for that. If you're a subscriber, throw those emotes in the chat. Let the people know. That is the easiest way to support what I do here through cash money, $5 a month, or your Prime Gaming token. If you have Amazon Prime link with your Twitch, you get that token. You can use it for somebody. What about me? What about using it for me? Aristocrat throwing in the blue emote. Appreciate that. Also, you could gift us up. If you're like, I'm already a subscriber, or I'm not interested in subscribing, Pat, that's okay. Well, Bobby Dice Roller and Injon and Omega 9 all gifted subs this month, which is rad. We are past our goal for the month, which is always nice to see. And then bits and coins. Harold gave some bits this month, so cheer is always appreciated. You could do that as well. Every little bit helps. Make sure I get to do a nice monthly payout. But I have alternatives to that. I also have a Patreon at patreon.com/PatBaer. There's a $1, $3, $5, and $10 tier. There are different rewards for the different tier. I just had somebody increase their Patreon tier, which was lovely. That was really nice. It was nice to see. I don't know. Is there anything else I want to say? Yeah. Shout outs to Dustin. Very rad. But yeah, I got a Patreon. There are different rewards, for the different tiers. Take a look at it. See if there's something there you like. I have a YouTube channel. Subscribing to my YouTube at youtube.com/PatBaer is obviously free. And you should subscribe to that for free. It doesn't hurt you. It doesn't cost you anything. You just get to see my videos. But while you're there, consider it. If you're like, $2 a month, I could join. I could hit the membership there at YouTube. You get my Wednesday videos a day early. So tomorrow, you will get a video that other people have to wait to see. And I recorded it today, and it's funny. And I think you'll like it. So consider that. That's something you could do. Let's see. What else do I want to say? What about a one-time donation? You could do that if you wanted to. You could just do a one-time donation if that's something you consider. Because through PayPal or Stream Elements or Coffee, everything I make through direct donations through YouTube, which includes AdSense, so watching my videos helps me. Through Patreon and through Twitch, all goes into a fund. I buy model kits with that money from the fund. All of your support goes to continuing to me to buy model kits and do this stuff. This kit purchased because I, had some money in there, saw it at a reasonable price on Amazon, and was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy that blue frame. Now, as I talked about my backlog earlier tonight, the next kit I'll be building will be from that backlog unless somebody buys something from my Amazon wish list, in which case it jumps the queue. That's right. If you buy something from my wish list, I'll do a dedicated video on my YouTube about the thing that you purchased, and it becomes the next thing that I build on stream. I have some inexpensive Lego sets, some model kits, inexpensive kits, expensive kits, kits with free shipping, kits with Amazon Prime shipping, a bunch of different stuff that I'd be happy to build. And again, jumps the queue, bunch of stuff from new series, old series, weird kits, very expensive kits that should not be the price that they are. It is just like, man, who's going to spend $65 on the Gundam Seed Eclipse Master Grade? I don't know. Not me, but maybe you. But yeah, if you see something there you like to see me build, you can always pick it up. And there's some gear at the bottom because it is nice to have gear on occasion. Ooh, what is this? Sorry. There's a Lego set here. Wait, is this? This is not a Lego set. It looked like a Lego set. Occasionally I get recommended kits, and I'm like, oh, neat. But then they're weird things. They're not really actually model kits. They're weird Amazon nonsense. But yeah, you buy something from there. My birthday is in a month, if you want to give me a birthday present, you don't have to, but you could. Obviously, all this stuff is optional. I have a Throne wish list. I'm going to revamp this soon, but it is nice to have an alternative to Amazon. But I do need to go in there and update that Throne wish list. And then I guess it's the most convoluted way, but it's the best way to make sure I'm buying a model kit if you don't want to use Amazon, is you go to USA Gundam Store, you buy a gift card at USA Gundam Store, they send you a code in your email, you then send me a DM on Twitter or a whisper on Twitch with that code, and I'll use that code on USA Gundam Store to buy a model kit. So that, you know, that's a way to do it if you wanted to do that. If you want to support me and not spend any money, I have a Discord. I post build photos at the end of every stream. People will post stuff they're working on. The Discord is lovely. Consider jumping in on that. Sorry, it's there. You could jump in on the old Discord. It's full of lovely folks. A couple of video links for you to check out. I have a new episode of Pat Baer's Anime Club that went up today. Did you know that at one period of time, Crunchyroll got into producing their own anime and also cartoons that are not anime, co-productions? They funded a bunch of stuff. There are 14 Crunchyroll originals, and I talked about all of them. I ranked them using Tier Maker because I just thought it'd be fun to rank them. Yes, they also have some video game stuff. They put some money into some Crunchyroll games. But yeah, the Crunchyroll originals are a thing. And it is, I had to remember what Freak Angels was. So please watch that video. Please watch that video. Because I had to remember about the animated series they made based on a Warren Ellis web comic. And I hate that I had to remember what that show looked like. So please watch that video. And then hear me gush about some manhwa that got turned into anime that I think are good. Yeah. Crunchyroll original... The Crunchyroll, like, games thing was tough because they were unsure of this initiative of, like, well, they're all going to be, like, we're going to try to do games based on this, but, like, licensing, like, there was a lot of proof of concept that needed to happen before they could really announce that they were like a game developer arm of Crunchyroll. It was a weird thing. This is from my recollection of people I know who were working in that, mostly on the event side, not so much on the biz side of it. But yeah, I definitely later than that, when they were really spinning up their games division, I was supposed to work a Crunchyroll games thing at a convention, but then they pulled me on just regular Crunchyroll, so that was fine. And then, hey, not to talk about that anymore, but definitely watch that video, please. And then Baerly Rehearsed is an ongoing video series where every single week I write a piece of comedy, and then I perform it, and it is at least barely rehearsed, if not very rehearsed. I do my best to make sure that I have done some amount of rehearsal. This one is based on a true story. It is a comedy piece about a waiter talking about a dessert menu that is based on an actual interaction that I overheard when I was out to dinner. See, sometimes real life just gets into the comedy. The one I'm putting up for Wednesday, this next one, is goofy in a way that I'm very excited about. All right, so I'm going to talk about some anime, and then we'll talk about some manga, and then we'll keep working on this kit. But in order to get into talking about anime and manga, I must first drink some water because I'm in desperate need of it. And then we'll dramatically transition into the overhead camera, and we will work on panel lining this and then working on the next leg. And we're going to get into that right now. All right. Okay. let's talk about some anime. We gotta go here. Great. Sorry. Figuring this out. Boom. Mobile Suit Gundam, The Witcher Mercury Season 2. Shit got weirder. So, the girl from the... We knew that the girl from the prologue wasn't Suletta. We've known this for a while. That wasn't Suletta. That was, like the actual, the first daughter. But this episode basically told us what some people certainly assumed, that Eric confirms, that Suletta is a clone. They didn't have a second daughter that we just didn't see. Suletta was raised to be a clone, to be a pilot, until such time as Quiet Zero can happen, in which case she is, now that they're close to it, she is not needed anymore. And that fucking sucks, obviously, to be abandoned by everyone, including your mother and your family, because your full family, because like to Suletta, the Ariel is a family member. And it's fucking really tough. And Suletta, who has kind of bottled up a lot of emotion. There's a good part of the beginning of this episode is her like going through the motions and trying to focus on her studies. And then the rest of the Earth House being like, you should try to go meet up with Mjorne. And then like, obviously that doesn't happen. Meanwhile, Mjorne is trying to get negotiation with peace talks to work out, even though Shattuck, who is beating Ghoul in the election and is probably going to win that, is also stoking the fires of rebellion, further riots and stuff, and supplying weapons and just being a shit. There's a bunch of other stuff that happens here, like Belmoria is supposed to be working on a way to upgrade the Ariel, but then gets grabbed by agents of the Space League. I believe that's their designation. So there's that. That's fucked-ish. We got Martin, who turned in somebody else whose name I can't even remember. I didn't write it down. And then he gets spotted. And yeah, basically a bulk of this episode is Eric basically breaking up with one of her clones, which is a weird thing. But because the Ariel can pilot itself, she's not needed anymore, which is really fucked. I don't know. Shit got sad. Shit got real sad and real emotional. And it's all really fucking bad. But yeah, now she's just been completely abandoned. And the one thing that she always thought she had in her corner was the Ariel. And that's, not only did she lose the Ariel, but she is lost her family and the support of lots of people in her life. And she already is a mess of a person before all this happened. So it's just really heavy and really sad. I think this episode hits even harder because last week was an off week. It wasn't an episode last week. And so it's like the anticipation of like, well, we get the new episode, and it's just like, fuck. Yeah, it's just heavy and sad. It's just a heavy, sad episode. I don't know what else to say about Witch from Mercury season 2. This one's been a fucking gut punch, a consistent gut punch of a series. I love it. I think it's really well done. But yeah, it's really rough. Really rough for our girl Soletta. She's trying her goddamn best. I mean, there was a lot. Here's the thing. There's already clones. We already know there's clones, and we already knew that, like, at best case scenario, the consciousness of her sister was in there. But, like, I don't know, having be like really just like put out there, like, yeah, no, fuck off. It's really rough. And as always, a reminder that Quiet Zero does not sound good. Like, even if it was awesome, it's got the name of some sort of program that is terrible. Was honestly surprised Prospero showed up to even put the beacon on Soletta. Yeah, I mean, like, well, we didn't know that she was a clone, but we do know that we know there are clones. There are clones in this world. What's his fucking name? Because Shattuck is the. There's been more than one Shattuck, right? We know that there have been clones in this series. I can't remember who is a clone, but there have been clones because they have been cloning people and growing them in labs to try to make them good Gundam pilots. So we know there are clones. We didn't know she was a clone, but we did know that there were clones. Unless Elan is them taking random people and making them into Elan stand-ins. Yeah. That's right, it's Elan. Yes. Leg. I built a leg. I built a full leg, friends. All right. We're going to work on this other leg here. And let's talk about a nice thing. Let's talk about the Aristocrat's otherworldly adventure serving gods who go too far. Because some stuff happens in this episode that is some parts really goofy and some parts not goofy at all. Because this is a series of, like, an overpowered dude that, like, his biggest problems are the king of the country thinks that he's too much of a playboy. But anyway, it's time for the entrance exams at school for the Royal Academy. Kind goes to the wrong entrance and he takes the entrance exam with commoners. So everyone is freaked the fuck out because he just goes in with his own name. Everyone should have known, but whatever. Nobody knows. Nobody realized that he fucked up. He destroys some equipment and he freaks out a bunch of people. He scares a bunch of other folks because he goes first and fights the adventurer. What's that guy's name? Claude. And Claude's just like, hey, we should do a quest sometime. You're really strong. You're a really strong kid. But everyone gets freaked out because they're, like, really going for it. Really fighting too strong. Let's see. So he gets in trouble for all of that. He got a perfect score, and he has to give an entrance ceremony speech. And people who don't know who he is are like, hey, because they don't know he's a bear. Let's see. No, they know he's a baron, but they don't know he's a duke, I think. I can't remember. Or no, that's coming. Sorry. He's a baron. Everybody knows he's a baron. But they're just like, who's this guy? And why are like the prime minister's daughter and the princess of this country, why are they like hanging all over this dude? Because it has not been announced that that Kine is their fiance. That is engaged to two different princesses and also the prime minister's daughter. Nobody knows that shit yet, so that's going to be a whole thing. Let's see other things in this episode. Kine gives a speech and it's like nice about like, hey, we're in this school and we're going to be there with, it doesn't matter if you're a noble or a commoner if you're in this school. It's about the results of your teaching, and so I look forward to making friends, and it's a nice little speech. And then the king is like, hey, because the princess is enrolled, the king decided he's going to make a speech. And the king's speech is basically just like pretty much a pointed like thing right at Kind about being like, you know, hey, don't go overboard. Everybody like do your best, but be cool. He's basically just being like publicly warning Kind to like fucking calm down and be chill, which is kind of fun. Why is this not connecting right? What's going on here, friends? Have to see. Why isn't this working? I'm putting this in the wrong way. That's why. If you're wondering, if you're like, Pat, why wasn't that working? Well, it's because I was doing it wrong. It's clearly easy to understand. All right, let's see. Kind chooses to study adventuring. He just wants to focus on adventuring, but they're like, no, you have to do other stuff. You're going to be in charge of like land at some point. So he also has to learn adventuring, magic, and magic items. Telestia is going to learn eternal affairs, and Silk is going to learn commerce, because they're basically they're both like, well, our future plans involve you and like managing your area and doing all this other stuff, and keeping things working right. And he's like slightly embarrassed because they're taking it a bit more seriously than he is. You may remember Habit, the goofy guy that is like been trying to flirt with people and is completely terrified about Kind and like scared of him. Well, he didn't get into A class. He's in a B class. And he decides, well, because he is the son, of a noble, he's going to bully a girl into getting her to quit because she's a commoner and a cat girl. And what the fuck is she even doing in the A class? Get out of here. Well, that is, of course, a friend of Kind named Parma. We've met her before. Her uncle has been making some inventions and selling some inventions that Kind came up with. So she bails him out, or he bails her out, and then the princess are like, hey, who's this girl? Because Kind is talking to a girl, and he already has, fiancés. He's like, oh, this is my friend, and they end up having a long chat with her. And he's just like, oh, all right, okay. To be fair, he has not flirted with her. They are just friends. And then some intrigue. Now, you may remember me talking about this previous episodes of the show where I said that Kind was brought to this world, and the gods have not made it very clear that, like, hey, you're here to stop somebody. And they have said to themselves that Kind is not strong enough to face this person. So instead, they've gone out of their way to invite someone to train Kind. And that person summons Kind to some kind of other world, teleports away. And that person we meet knows that Kind is a reincarnation and knows Kind's first name and last name from the other world. And that's kind of where we leave things off. So now I guess we're going to get some training episodes. I have read this manga way farther than this, so I can tell you that we're looking forward to some big revelations. There's at least one big revelation coming. It's kind of interesting. And also, there's a whole goddamn thing in this about some cool animals. We're going to meet some cool animal friends pretty soon that I think you'll like, because they're fun in the manga, so hopefully they'll be fun in the anime as well. So that should be interesting, and we'll be checking that out in future episodes. Now I'm going to tell you about some manga that I have been reading. One manga that I'm reading called The Necromancer Maid. I have read all of this. The premise is pretty straightforward, and then it goes in some directions that are, a little surprising here and there. But basically, here's your basic premise. There is a guy who is an alchemist. He is working in a manor in a forest that has lots of strong monsters and lots of undead, because that's a good place to be an alchemist because you can get a lot of materials. But it means that he's had a lot of trouble with hired help, because who the fuck wants to commute or live in that area? And one day, a young lady shows up, and she's like, I'm a maid, and I just lost my previous employment. I'm looking to work. I'd be happy to work here. And he's like, how did you survive in this forest to get this far? Who are you? What's your deal? And she's just like, oh, well, I survived because I'm a necromancer, and I have a guardian spirit that takes care of me, who is just like a big knight. And just like, he's like, what? If you're a necromancer, why are you working as a maid? And basically, she's working as a maid because who the fuck would hire a necromancer? Because everybody's scared shitless of necromancers. So she's just like, yeah, no, but also when they find out I'm a necromancer, people don't want you to work, so it's actually hard to be a maid as well. So provisionally, she ends up becoming a maid, and it's mostly a pretty chill, pretty cute slice of life about a cute, fun young lady who happens to be a necromancer, who is very good at being a maid. And then also this like kind of gruff but still pretty chill alchemist. And there's other people in the town, and there's misunderstandings because people are just like, trying to figure out what her deal is. And, there's they try to keep it a secret that she's a necromancer because that town had bad history, and like his parents, his master passed away defeating a bunch of necromancers, and it's monsters brought in by necromancer, and it's a whole bit of business, and it is at times kind of dark, but it is mostly very light. And then it gets weird. At one point, it forgets that it was a pretty chill slice of life and gets fucking dark and moody and weird. And sad. I'm not going to get into too many details on it because there are some interesting plot elements that happen in it that really do, in my opinion, change and shift the vibe and really do move it from chill into just a slice of life with some action elements. And I do think it sticks the landing. I would have read more of it if more had existed, but I do think it does a pretty good job of bringing it home to conclusion. As I said, I've read the whole thing. I read it over the course of last week. I was reading it actually, so it's still fresh in my mind. I would say take a look at, keep your eyes peeled for Volume 1 of The Necromancer Maid. I think Volume 1 is a good indication. Like, just know that it does get darker as it goes, but it is very light, especially in the beginning. And I think you would enjoy it. And then, yeah, like there's some quote unquote reality that happens that kind of would maybe rub some people the wrong way. But I do think it's worth taking a look at. I don't know, yeah. I thought it was pretty great. And once again, that's The Necromancer Maid. I enjoyed my time with it. I don't regret reading it, even if I think that like it got dark in a way that I was not expecting. What else? That's it for me talking about the stuff I want to talk about tonight, which means it's time to open the floor. I want to hear from you, friends. What are you watching? What are you reading right now? What games are you playing? What are you into? I'll tell you, for me, um, I've been playing a very chill game. I talked about that on Saturday. Um, that the game that I've been playing the most this weekend was uh, Placid Classic Duck Simulator. I bought all of the DLC for it, so I get more ducks. That's just been on like while I do other work, like when I was researching or reviewing for myself and setting up the PowerPoint and all that for Pepper's Anime Club. I had that on their monitor. Um, I did a D&D. I thought my D&D group was going to meet up, but instead I ran through with some people I don't know and some friends that I do know because we were scheduled to do D&D yesterday, my D&D crew, and then two people had to bail. So then two of the other people, myself and two friends that I didn't know, we all ran. I ran them through a game of Fiasco because a couple people had played, but a bunch of people were looking to do that. And my friend who suggested was like, "Hey, I have a couple friends that like I can see if they're available. We've been talking about doing a Fiasco game. You know how to play Fiasco. Do you want to run through Fiasco?" So I did that, and one of them messaged another person, or we were chatting after, and was like, "Hey, I tweeted about this, so I'm repeating myself. Hey, like, don't take no offense, but like." Do you do improv because you're really like sharp and funny? It was that to me was just a funny play of being like, hey, no offense, but like, are you like a trained improviser? It was just very funny to say. That was a good time. But while that was happening, also I had ducks going on in the background because it's just a fun little thing. So that's basically the video games that I've been playing this weekend. Lord Crashin says, I got that duck simulator, so I'm a degenerate now. Yeah, you get to name your ducks. It's fun. Only anime I've been keeping up with this season is My Love Story with Monokun at level 999. Nathan, that's a very good one. If you're only going to watch one show, that's totally up there. People are going to tell you the best new show this season is Oshi no Ko, and I think it's an interesting show. But I think if you're only going to watch one show this season, Yamada-kun is a nice, slow romance show. Also, if you want your like young, very, very young adult, My Clueless First Friend is another good slice of life with maybe some romance elements, although they're young, they're young people, so it's mostly a friendship based. But that's a heartwarming show as well. Lots and lots of Tears of the Kingdom, says Aristofan. And Mjan is also playing Tears of the Kingdom and Disgaea 4. Oh. Nathan played the Street Fighter 6 beta this weekend. That game is going to be big. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fighting game guy, but I do like watching people play. We went and the other day Saturday night we raided Adam, and it was fun to go hang out with Adam as he was playing through. But yeah, I'm not much of a fighting game person, but I do appreciate a good fighting game existing, and I'm happy that people are going to have that and MK and just like a bunch of good stuff. Tekken, like hell yeah, all that shit. I'm glad people get all those games. There was an update to, the last fighting game I played with any sincerity or seriousness was Fighters, which I just kind of got because I really wanted to check out. I want to watch Oshi no Ko, but I don't want to watch I Die. I mean, I would say that 90 minutes is probably I don't particularly love the series and where it's going, but that 90-minute pilot episode 1, which is just like its own little movie, is probably worth it for like how well done that episode is. It's really good. Let's see. Lord Crashington is rewatching Futurama. Since the new season is coming out in July. I've only seen the first 4 seasons and the 4 movies they made after that. Malachi. There's a bunch of eyes in there. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Welcome. Thank you for hitting that follow button. It's always nice. We're currently at 1,940 followers. 41 now. So I am 59 followers away from 2,000, which is an arbitrary thing to get excited about, but I am excited about someday hitting the 2,000 followers. That's neat. So thank you for getting me closer there. Yeah, I mean, this season's been pretty damn solid. I've been enjoying a bunch of stuff. Like, it's got a bunch of good isekai, like chill isekai, like season 2s of stuff that has been really solid. In another world, my smartphone is just so like, oh god, it's just like candy. So easy to watch. Kuma 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 Punch has been fun because it's now past where I was in the manga, so that's fun. Aristocrat's Otherworldly Adventure has been good. Cheatability in a Different World has been good. Sacrificial Princess has been a fun watch. I'm probably going to start reading how Raylia ended up at the Duke's mansion because that animation is piss, but the story seems interesting, so I'll probably end up watching that. You could argue, I think you could totally argue, that Otaku Elf and Too Cute Crisis are both isekais. Just because the different world is our world, the main characters are traveling to a different world. And I think Otaku Elf and Too Cute Crisis are both great and fun. I'm pleasantly surprised how good Too Cute Crisis is, considering that it is like a very bare bones like plot. Like the one sentence is literally the one sentence of an alien has to decide if Earth is worth saving or destroying. She thinks she's going to destroy it. Okay, so an alien decides that the Earth should be destroyed until she discovers how amazing cats are. The anime. It's like such a very simple premise, but it's done very well, and it's been really fun to watch. All right, so we have our final, we have a weapon sticker. So 2 of our final stickers here are color correcting stickers, so we're going to do that. But yeah, I think this anime season's been good. Otaku Elf is probably the closest thing we have to cute girls doing cute stuff or girls doing things. That subgenre, which I really love. You all know I'm a sucker for that subgenre. We really don't have that. I think Otaku Elf is probably the closest thing we've got to that, which is a shame because that's a subgenre that I enjoy. But that's okay. And you know, we got a bunch of stuff coming up next season. We'll get our we're gonna get MF Ghost. I forget. There's a bunch of other things coming out. More isekai, plenty more isekai coming out next season. This season also has a bunch of weird shit that I'm not super into, but like I'm glad exists. A friend of mine. I have not been watching this show about the guy who got reincarnated to a world where there's no gods, or he got sent to a world where there's no gods, but then he has to bring religion to that world. I have not watched that isekai because I stopped reading about 5 chapters into that manga because I was like, I don't enjoy this at all. But then a friend of mine was like, hey, do you want me to spoil a weird twist in this one? And I was like, yes. And it's pretty weird. I won't think I'm going to say what it is because someone might want to watch it. But like, it's not enough for me to go, I need to watch that now. But it is enough for me to go, huh, that's kind of interesting. Basically, they got me to think it's kind of an interesting idea. Let's see. All right, beam sabers. We'll put our beam sabers in here. We're going to finish up this kit on Thursday by building the weapons, but we can probably at least get the shield started tonight. We probably body complete this and do the shield, and we'll just do the weapons and then start something new on Thursday because I don't know what we'll start. So, but yeah, we can probably at least get the shield built, if not panel lines, and we'll put the last one of the last stickers on. But then we'll do the the gun and the bazooka. We'll just do on Thursday. Also, there's that not isekai series about the dude that accidentally kills the hero and then has to pretend to be the hero. And I just never watched that. So I don't know anyone who was watching that. The one, I'm going to say this, friends. I'm really surprised that maybe it is popular and just not in the circles I run in, but I don't know anyone talking about My Home Hero, and I thought that was going to be a big deal. Mashal has been pretty big in certain circles, and that is actually not doing as well as I thought it would. I thought Mashal was going to do real big numbers because it's such an easy thing to do, like One Punch Man at a wizard school. Like, just feels like it would make sense, but apparently it's not hitting super hard. But I thought My Home Hero was going to hit really hard. It's like a guy who, it's either his daughter is like an attempted murder and he thinks he knows who did it, but it's like he's going to take the law into his own hands, I think, to protect his family. And I don't know. The manga sold well, and it has its following, and I would have thought that the anime, maybe it's one of those shows that, like, got delayed. I'm going to actually just see if there are episodes for this that came out. No, it hasn't been delayed. Okay. It's coming out. Oh, that Kubo is Invisible show I haven't come back to. Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible. That's a show that, like, aired some episodes and then, it just restarted on the 16th. So, maybe, like, I feel bad for those shows, but that show ran, like, last season and then, it ran in the winter season. That was a January show. And then got delayed. So, episode 6 aired the 14th of February, and now episode 7, so they restarted it, and episode 7 aired in May 16th. It just aired a new episode. So I should go back and get caught up on Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible. I thought that show was cute when I watched the first couple episodes. But yeah, they had they basically aired. They were like, we're going to stop working on episodes of this and we'll come back to it. Who has I can't remember. It's on High Dive. That's right. It's on High Dive. Yeah, I should go back and watch more of Kubo and Let Me Be Invisible because I think that show is cute. That is a cute one. All right. So let's body complete this kit. Whoop. Oh, why are you being awkward? Come on. But yeah, this is a good season. I don't know what else I'm going to work on. Play video games. I mean, I'm playing Hearthstone. You know me. I'm playing Hearthstone basically every day. Get my quests done. I'm having some fun on Rising Through the Ladder. This has been a good month for me, so that's been nice. I'm looking forward to doing more in that. All right. So we do have one last sticker that we can apply here. Basically, I want to decide. All right. I want to hear from you, friends. Would you hang out if I went a little past 11 in order to finish this kit? Because all I have left is the 2 weapons. So I could go a little long on a Monday if y'all wouldn't mind hanging out. I'd go a little long and finish this up. Because it does feel weird to be, and then we'll just start fresh with a new kit on Thursday. Because it does feel weird to be like, we're finishing that kit. 2 weapons need to get built. So why don't we hang out? Hey, John's here. Okay. Yeah. If people want to stick around. Because, I mean, this doesn't require much panel lining. Oops, I did mess it up, but let's see if I can. This doesn't require much, he says as he pops it up. Yeah, we'll go a little past 11. That's fine. I had to hit record again, so I'm going to have 2 videos here, which is weird to say. So I'm going to do parts 1 and 2, which is a weird thing. But I screwed up. Instead of pressing the intro button at the pause for the cause, I pressed the record button, which stopped my local recording, which I've never done that before. So that was weird. But So I'm just going to do part 1 and part 2, because I could take both hour-long videos and like put them together and then save it, but that's just going to take a while, and I would rather just get it online. So the decision I made was I'm going to instead just do 2 videos. I'll just upload 2 videos. All right. We got to do a little panel lining on this, and then we got to put on this sticker here. If the video format is similar, FFmpeg will let you... yeah, so you can't... I can merge them, John. I have some video programs that'll merge them pretty easily, and it won't be a problem. It's not hard to kind of put them together. It's just that as soon as the stream is done, I just start uploading videos, or I just start uploading the file as soon as possible. And so I'd much rather just upload both of them at the same time, and just have it 2 videos. Because, like, here's the thing, right? It's probably going to get like 30 views at the most, so I don't mind splitting into part 1 and part 2 instead of waiting for it to like combine them together in a video editor and then upload it and then like render it out and then upload that video. I think it'll be easier to do that. One thing, starting with Wednesday's Baerly Rehearsed, is my local video. I am starting to increase the bit rate of the stuff that I am filming there, so it's going to be higher quality. I should have done that with Pat Baer's Anime Club, and I didn't this time, because my archive video here, anything that goes up to my YouTube, is just the same quality as the stream, which is fine, but that doesn't make any sense for like a 20-minute video that I'm doing for Pat Baer's Anime Club, or a 2-minute video that I'm doing for Baerly Rehearsed. So I'm going to be recording those, and they'll look better, which is nice. All right, so all we have left of this kit is we got to do the guns. We got to build the guns. This kit needs guns and 1 sticker, which are all here and here. So we'll put those together. And then, yeah, then we'll finish this kit up, which I didn't... again, I did not think that we were going to finish this tonight. I thought for sure we would finish this on Thursday, but if all I have left to do is like 2 weapons, I might as well get those done. And then, of course, we'll... reminder, friends, I'll talk about it again, but I do want to just give the quick reminder that the next Build with Baer bonus stream, which is normally on Tuesdays, is not happening tomorrow on Tuesday. It is happening on Wednesday. My bonus stream is Wednesday this week, so it will not be tomorrow night. It'll be on Wednesday instead. I hope that people will come check it out, because we are gonna play. God, why does this game, like, I don't know why this game just like stays out of my brain. Sunshine Shuffle. We're going to be checking out Sunshine Shuffle, and I will have it in the show description of the stream, so I won't forget the name. We're going to check out Sunshine Shuffle, which comes out on Wednesday, so I'm streaming it on Wednesday. I already have the game. It's already downloaded, ready to go. It is a narrative poker game with cute animals, and it seems very fun. So I'm excited about checking that out. And then let me just check this out here. Oh. Cool. How are you? I'm sorry. Right now I'm going to do a dramatic reading of a message, a DM that I got from somebody who on Twitter. How are you, fam? Question mark. Great content. You have to check out Tube King. They are the greatest when it comes to getting Twitch and YouTube creators sub-follows for both Twitch and YouTube. Not and YouTube. And then Tube King is a Twitter account, says the #1 YouTube and Twitch marketing agency working with content creators since 2012. Get real and organic subscribers, views, watch time, and more. Ooh, real and organic, huh? Only the finest organic follows for me. Thank you very much. I'm going to block you. Also, that person's account was a name and then a bunch of numbers. And their description was just streamer, gamer. It's very fun that this person just happens to tell me they like my content and they think I should follow this. And that person has 10 followers. So obviously they're not going too deep into it themselves. But yeah. Real organic bots or robots. Yes, all the way back in 2012, they've been doing content creators for Twitch and YouTube since 2012. You can believe it because that's a big number. So that means that it's impressive. Their lie is impressive. Honestly, friends, I'd much rather get that because that means somebody is at least doing some sort of like my name appeared somewhere. At the very least, somebody was looking at streamers, or a list of something, or, saw my tweet where it said, hey, I'm streaming at this place or whatever. Like some bot found my name somehow. And at least that's way better than just a link to an OnlyFans. That is probably not a link to an OnlyFans. Like I'd much rather get that, This is, I'm dropping frames all of a sudden. Oh no, I got too close. Oh, I got disconnected. Oh no, they're after me. I got disconnected. Folks that are watching the local copy, we're so close to 11 that the internet went bad and we got disconnected. So that's very funny. That's hilarious. I started talking about bots and they came after me. But folks that are watching the local version, hi, welcome. I don't know if it's going to auto reconnect or not because it has not gotten better. But all right, it got reconnected, so maybe my connection will be good now. It's very funny that happened after I was talking about bots. I'm going to type in refresh. That's so fucking funny. The bots came after me. I was talking shit, and they were like, no. Oh, you're going to block us? You're going to report us for spam? Well, then we're going to make sure you don't get to stream, Pat. I have no idea if people are going to come back. We're almost done with the stream. Bot brigade, yes. Yeah, I got brigaded because I blocked and reported an account, and they came after me. They're like, no, Pat. You don't get to finish this bazooka on stream. You got too close to 11 p.m. and we got to come after you. This is very, very odd timing. Very strange. Anyway, we're almost done with this. Don't let the bots win, right? That was so weird that I got disconnected. But whatever. It's fine. Hopefully everything will be cool. We're gonna go on a raid anyway, so we're almost done. I just want to finish this up. I just didn't want to do like 2 weapons on this kit, like on Thursday. I want to start something new. Also, I don't know what I'm going to build on Thursday. I'm going to do a poll for my $10 patrons, so they can decide what I'll build next. And that's coming up. I'll probably put a poll out of that tomorrow or something, so I know. But yeah, I've got like a couple modern kits. I've got a few different things. I've got a Witch from Mercury kit. I've got some old kits from some grunts, or at least one grunt left from Iron-Blooded Orphans. So yeah, I've got a bunch of different things to build. Some options. I don't have any Lego in my backlog right now. We're just innocent men. We're just normal men. Yeah, I don't have anything in my backlog that is Lego. So I'll have to get some Lego off my own wish list. Buy some Lego for myself to have some options. There is no option about this kit because this kit is done. This was a fun little build. It was a good time. And we are going to, we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna go on a raid. We're gonna go hang out with some other people and do and see what they're up to. As John says, we always end with a raid. So we'll go find somebody doing some cool shit out there on the internet and hang out with them. And we will see what they are doing. What are they doing over here? What's going on? Mary Kish is playing a game. We always like to raid Mary because she only streams on Mondays. So it's nice to go Mary Kish Monday. But Mary Mondays is playing, she's playing Supperland 6 Inches Under, which I've never heard of. So we're going to go hang out with Mary. Mary plays games that sometimes I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Mary. Mary rules, though. She's lovely, so we're going to go give her a raid. Feel free to come along on this raid. I hope you have the rest of your Monday is great. No stream tomorrow. As a reminder, my next stream will be Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, playing a video game, which I didn't pay for. A code provided, which is neat as hell. So we'll be checking out Sunshine Shuffle on Wednesday. Thank you all so much for being here. Have a great night. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.